Welcome back. And on today's episode, I interviewed the inventor of the HydroCore for Onnit. He's the inventor of the Hydra for the Synergy Performance Institute and the founder of the Human Fit Project, the first functional training retreat with international coaches, new methodologies, and innovative equipment. It's going down in Vieste, Italy in May 2023. He's also created the Hydro Reach Project, which is designed to help people in third world countries transport and filter their water with his Hydro Reach bag. Welcome back to the winner circle, Maurizio Tangari.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's such an honor to be back here, have a little chat with you. And like I said before, the first time we had a podcast, was also my first podcast, and I kind of felt I got a little bit emotional that time, like a little tear here and there when I was talking about my daughter. And but a lot of people, they contacted me. They were listening to the podcast. I mean, people that I don't even know, obviously, because your podcast can reach everywhere. And they start following me, and then we kind of had like a little private conversation. It's interesting how something you say connect in some way to other people. They don't have maybe the courage to put it out there, and they then just need a little push. They want to see it. Sometimes it's important to listen people, and then I mean what you're doing is amazing, because more than having people listening what I'm saying, you reach people and listen what they have to say, and that don't happen so often. I think the podcast is a great thing, to reach people all over the world. That with technology, just like click, you're in Japan or whatever, and you can listen people. It's beautiful. I mean, that's why I love social media, in that sense, because I can connect with people all over in the world. But my point is always like, okay, but let's meet at some point. Let's touch each other. I mean, I want to kind of, that three-dimensional feeling, not just like this flat screen. And then, that's one of the reasons that, I like to organize this event you were talking about, the Human Fit event, because I want people in our community to get together, brainstorm, talk, share information. Everybody is like in his own little window in social media. And I mean, that is fine, but at some point we need to meet in a content and share this information and see from different point of view, flat, what you're doing, who you are. Also have this conversation after the workout, always talking about workout, but there is a human being behind, this influencer, this post. And then we are so easy to judge people for what we see. And then mostly in our community, in our environment, the fitness industry, people, they are not in that industry. They always think that we're doing that because we're narcissists, because, we're doing that. We are so focused on that, the diet and this and that. Nothing wrong with that, but there is a person behind, with feelings, with different perspective about life. And there's a lot to learn from each other. And that's why, it comes out the project Human Fit. I want to see the human side of a person and have a conversation outside of what you're doing. I respect for what you're doing, but I want to also know who you are, outside of the fitness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is very important for me.
Yeah, there's a real connection that's enabled after people exercise together, I feel. So whether that be after we train jujitsu, or whether we do a fitness class, like a high intensity class at Onnit or wherever, everyone has just experienced a similar thing and have to dig deep within themselves to make that happen. And then with that exertion, with that physical exertion and that vulnerability, I feel it's like a really great place to connect afterward and have real authentic conversations. So that's beautiful that you've created that with the Human Fit Project, and that's going down in Vieste, Italy, in May of next year, 2023?
Yeah, I'm so excited for this project. So we did like kind of beta test in Maui and, in 2020, and there was during the COVID, they found a little gap, between travel restriction and this and that. So I said, well, let's put this thing together. It was put together like, in less than 2 months. And I just spread the voice, all the community. I say, man, we want to do this thing in Maui. If you want to come, everybody come, it's on expense, don't expect anything crazy or big or fancy, and if you want to come, it'll be nice. Everybody was kind of craving the traveling, because it's been locked down forever. When they saw some opening, they say, oh yeah, I'm coming. There was Leo. I mean, there's lots of people that probably, in the community, Mesa movers and, kettlebells and this and that. And some sponsors, they came, they bring the product. It was not big, probably like less than 100 people. And we went in this grassy area by the ocean. It was beautiful because all these people they admire, respect for what they're doing. Now had we bonded, we connected, we spoke, we hugged each other. We had like the kind of, spiritual experience outside of just, moving tools around. It was great. So after that, I say, man, this is beautiful. I want to do more of this. I want more people connect worldwide because we have followed the worldwide. I'm sure you have people, following from all over the world, but, they don't have the chance or the resource to come and meet you, and I say, okay, you know what? I want to do something in my hometown because Vieste is my hometown in Italy. Then when I went back this summer, the mayor of the town, which is a good friend of mine, he said, hey man, he kind of gave me some shit about it because, oh, you always do this and that, there and there. I got to do ever something in your hometown. Come on. So I said, okay, let's do it. Let's talk about it. So I came up with this idea of this educational event we're going to do in 3 days. Probably you saw the flight of the coaches. There's Mike Wildman, Mike Wildman. There is a coach, Fabio from Strong First. There's me. There's other coaches from Italy. There is Rick Brown, who's like like a classic historical mace guy, with Eric Doyle, with kettlebell. So we're gonna have like a bunch of very interesting trainers. And on top of that, I'm organizing this fast into the piazza, into the main piazza. It's beautiful, like by the ocean with the lighthouse in front in a little island. It will be 2 days where I'm inviting a lot of companies. They can, show the products they have, trainers. They can kind of demo some kind of a modality they created, but they don't have like the courage to put out there. So I say, just come for free. Just come there. Don't be shy. Show what you can bring on the table because we always like there's always space for growing, for evolve in our system or whatever we want it. And that's what I want. I want people like, oh man, this is awesome. Let's give more space to this person. Let's give more opportunity, to see what you have to say, in the community, what you have to bring on the table. And so we have this event in the piazza. We have also a race. I create this format very unique, which this will be kind of the beta version. I want to do this race into the old town. I mean, I don't know if you've been in Italy, but I mean, when you say old, it's very old. So like this building and then steps everywhere, and then you go by the ocean and jump in the ocean, all these crazy things. So it will be something very unique. It's kind of, I want to say, a mix between a triathlon and Spartan race, like a teamwork, and there's a station where to perform some kind of things like, bodyweight stuff or kettlebell, mace, and things like that. So you have to go like this 5 kilometers around town, come back to the starting point, and from there is like stand-up paddle race to the lighthouse, the island, and come back. And then we got involved all like different gym. We're gonna have like $2,000 prize for the team they win. We're gonna have a lot of giveaway. There's a lot of companies that start already shipping a lot of products to my house in Italy. Already my father said, "Oh, this package coming here. What's going on?" So I don't want to like overwhelm him. So I say, "Oh, don't worry, just put in my house there, And so we're gonna have this big thing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because also I see the excitement of the people in my town. They kind of senses something big was going on in here, what it is. Sometimes try to keep it like put some information here and there, We just pulled out last week the website. Probably you've seen the website, and more info. We're kind of trying to set up better the race. I just spoke this morning with Vibram. You know Vibram. They make like those 5-finger shoes, and they want to be on board as a sponsor. So we're gonna have a lot of good things. And I would love you to come, man. Be my guest if you want to come. Stay to my place. Don't worry, you're my guest, okay? And so we want to do these things. We want to invite the community to participate. There's also trainers from US. They're gonna come. They're gonna help. We have sponsors like this also flow rope sponsors. Man, it will be amazing. And now because I'm getting, soon I put out the website, the people were like bang 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 on me. So what is this? What are you planning to do? So I'm very excited. So will be cool.
Yeah, amazing. I hope to see you there then.
Yeah, man.
What is the website for people to check it out, for people listening in?
Is humanfit.it. Humanfit.it. And so yeah, they want to keep this word human, want to kind of humanize each other a little bit, not just seeing like the aesthetic part or the intimidating part of what we're doing, but more human. That's why, after the event, it was 3 days plus 2 on the piazza. I'm planning to do 2 more days to this island, which is 1 hour ferry from my town. What we're going to do there, that's optional. It's not like a part of the retreat. If you want to just, pay like, $200 more, come to this beautiful hotel on this beautiful island, looks like Caribbean, just to hang out 2 days more. Look, so I think those will be the 2 more important day of the event, because we're kind of chilling. You have opportunity to show yourself. You're not like just teaching and being like so like square to what you say. We're just gonna relax, have some drink, enjoy the nature, do a little workout, together in the morning, or yoga and things like that. That will be, I think, the opportunity to kind of, see, okay, what we can do next, what's next, because when you go event, probably you've been to a lot of events. There's always this thing, okay, teaching, listening, go home, right? There's never like say, okay, the next day, let's go for dinner. So there will be a lot of like dinner together. There will be a lot of hangout. There will be a lot of a situation where you can just, okay, I just want to drink. I want a pizza. I want to relax. I want to talk. I don't want to talk about yoga. I don't want to talk about kettlebell. I just want to enjoy what's around, enjoy the people for what they are, and know each other better. Actually, Maui, that's what happened. There were a lot of, connection. So a lot of people grow in a different way. A lot of people, they decide to get different direction in the fitness, not just be in the gym. They say, man, that's not what I want to do, be in this box forever. And sometimes, it is a part of the new way to be in society, to get squared, to be in the box. We're not like that. We want to explore. We want to conquer. We want to meet other people. That's human, right? It's a human nature, But the modern society makes us believe that we need to wake up in the morning, go in a box, stay there all day, and go back home and repeat, right? That's what I want. I want people more explore around. That's why I want to organize the event in different location. Also, this is my town. It's fine. It'll be the first one. I'm excited. But, anyone that is open to organize, next year another location, logistic is very important, so we can do that. I want to bring the format all over in the world. That will be the fun part of Human Fit. That's the big idea. Yeah.
So I'm very excited for this to evolve. And
man, you gotta come.
One. Yeah,
you gotta come.
My
please.
interest is very piqued. So it's at humanfit.net or humanfit. What?
It like Italy. Like Italy. Yeah.
Okay. Humanfit.it. Perfect. Another exciting thing that you have got going now is you've created a new product. You've created the Hydra.
Oh,
tell us about
here you go. Oh, it's here. So yeah, you guys don't see. They just listen. Now you don't have the video up there. Also,
video and listening, both.
Okay. YouTube. Okay, that's cool. So if you guys can see or you see it, basically what it is, it's like a bumper plate,
Yeah.
So this fits like 2 inches, like, competition barbell. So you can put in your barbell, you can perform different type of things that you usually do, with the barbell, right? Just put a plate. So in this case, you have the benefit. You mean like HydroCore, if you already use HydroCore or you already trained with the water filled tools, the water always give a different kind of feedback. The way you move your body is always neurological feedback more than muscular. And when there is neurological feedback, there is muscular growth, right? That's what we wanted. If you don't communicate the movement to the brain, what we're doing, we just we sign up for mistakes and injury, right? But like this, you have this tool which you can go full like 60 pounds. So it's pretty decent amount of weight, but we want to keep us just always like out full. So there is more space for moving at the water dynamic when you're moving. And so we're creating a lot of instability and feedback when you lift the conventional bar, right? The thing that the idea came up when I started doing landmine. Probably have seen like all over the place, landmine here and there. Alex Canelis, which is a smart dude, strong man, crazy biking look. He was here. He was in San Diego, and he was developing the landmine university program. So I was lucky enough to be able to hang out with him during this process. So he kind of used me and other coaches down the gym in Pacific Beach as a guinea pig for testing the program. So this means 2 hours a day, brutal workout, and training like landmine. When I was like doing the landmine, it's cool. There's a lot of coil rotation and things like that. It's not like just a static, just lifting. And me coming back from martial art, jiu-jitsu, and functional movement. I love the fact that now you can move under load. Possibly big amount of load, right? Things that you usually don't do it when you're doing a mace is relative, right? There's so much you can do it. But with the landmine, you can. You can go 100 pounds if you want, and then clean and whatever in a very safe way, because you're always far away from your body. So even if you let go, don't crash on your feet. It's not dangerous, whatever. You never high snatch. So I say, oh man, if we add a little bit of chaos in this thing, not that it's not chaotic enough, but we can have more feedback. So I was a kind of thinking, and I came up with this idea to this donut to put in the bar. And then when I put it on, I tested out. There's always that thing that when you do something that people don't know what you're doing, you're very, very I want to say judgmental to yourself. Oh, they will like it. They will it looks like a first date, right? Like you go, you don't know, like me or not, what I'm doing wrong, blah blah. And then when I put it there, man, everybody loved it from the first second. The feedback they got, the way they were moving, and just looking at it was cool. See the water moving inside, so much feedback, so much, so much dynamic in the movement, adding on. Already movement is very fast speed. So now you have the opportunity to unload, but create more chaos. So it's more safe, because that's a problem we have, when we start lifting, and then you always want to go see, okay, let's add more. But rather than that, there's nothing, unless you start doing crazy shit, like standing on a opposable, or weird stuff that you can get injury if you're not used to. People don't understand. If you stand on a opposable, do squat on 1 foot, whatever, you have to prepare your body for that. You just can't do it. So this is a good link. It's a good way to start learning, and then testing your body potential, with the water. So less load, more neurological feedback, fixing. You can fix little mistake you're doing, little unbalance your body habit, and then you can decide. You can decide to go back and forth from solid bait or you can put one solid, one like this. So always creating, so something that possibly, you saw a lot of tsunami bar. I mean, lately in the last 2 years, a tsunami bar, set up the cable with the rubber band, and blah, blah. That's an ordeal set up that you have to do it. With this one, you just slip it in and then just don't worry about doing anything. And you can use one or the other and lifting. In the matter of like squat, in the matter of deadlift, in the matter of clean, in the matter of the snatch, or like, whatever you want to do it. I'm not just saying that all the people that tested the product, they love it. And for athletic performance, is amazing. So I'm very excited to put this out. Probably in January will be on Amazon. My business partner is Synergy. You saw the company is from Australia. And it's fun that, the person that you kind of, helped me financially in this project, I don't even explain to him what it was. Then he already said, "Oh yeah, I put the money in hand." I said, "But you don't know. Well, let me explain what it is." So I don't care. I trust you. For my past experience, that's the beauty. Also this business. When you build their reputation, the people kind of approach to you in a different way. There's always like when there is a new method, when there is a new system, when there is a new product. The people always say, "Oh, another stupid thing. Oh, yeah, we need another thing like that." Or I say, "Oh, this is look like that system there. Oh, this is look like that one," right? But when you build a reputation, people are more like willing to listen, and when you put money on, there's opportunity. There's a lot of people they trust, and as a matter of fact, I just put the Instagram page just to see how people respond to this idea. And everybody loved it, and they signed up for a pre-order already. Like 600 people already signed for pre-order. We already sold like 50 in Hong Kong. They're going to use it in the gym. They're going to spread like the system there and the product, everywhere. So I'm very excited. This will be a very big project, but it's kind of no brain, because the only thing you have to do is just putting on the barbell, right? It's not like HydroCore that you need a little bit more education, a little bit more information to understand. There's some movements that are very intimidating sometimes and things like that. This one, you just put on the bar. There's things already you've done for 20 years. The only thing I'm doing now, put on the bar, and then you have different feedback on the way you're moving. It can help you out, So that's something that I love about this product. Is helping a lot of people to fix some balance or pushing a little bit more. Like you can move fast to a point under load, right? You can, you cannot do crazy shit or jump squat and things like that. With this one, you can, because even that, the bouncing on the water, so okay, you feel like you're working out on a deck on a boat in a store. It's just weird, but in very safe way, because at the end of the day, you have a full ground support.
Yes, it's really great for stability training and just
whole body exercise. So let's talk about how this became a product. So you had an idea, you did a prototype, and then how did you connect with Synergy Performance Institute, your funder? So let's talk about product development. So if someone has an idea, how do you get that product in the market?
So I mean, I always believe things happen for a reason. I'm sure you do the same. I see you're very spiritual. You very believe there's a universe out there and things that go in place because there's a design. There's a design already made it for you. There's not. I stopped believing, because so many things happen in my life, and then I stopped believing in coincidence. I believe that okay, this is another thing that God or whatever is up there, already made it for me. Okay. So it's just happening. And I have to get, in the way that, I can to make it, good. Okay. So this guy from Australia, actually, he's a doctor, nothing to do with business, with the fitness industry. I met him years ago. He came to San Diego for a meeting, and then he contacted me on social media, say, "Hey man, I'm in town. I kind of like, this functional training things, I would like to work out with you because I saw the things you're doing." Back then it was just, I started like the prototype of a HydroCore. It was not contract with Onnit, nothing, zero. So I met him in the park, did a workout with him using HydroCore. I said, okay, I'll test this tool, with this guy. I never seen it, don't know what it is. I need to test with someone to see an honest feedback, a person that is not even in the fitness industry, right? So they can be very judgmental. We can be excited, whatever. I don't know what gonna happen. He loved this. Oh, this is great. This is cool. I never seen something like that. Blah blah. But I never told him, that I invented that. I just said, oh, I don't know. It's something, a tool. I don't want him, don't be less critical. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in front of him. But he was very excited. So you want to offer money and say, oh yeah, $200 for those. I said, oh man, don't worry. It's fine. If you come back in town, you buy me a drink, whatever. I say, oh yeah, I'm never gonna come back here. I'm from Australia, I don't know when I come back. It's okay, if I come to Australia, don't worry. One day, probably, you buy me dinner, whatever. Then moving forward, like 4 or 5 years after, get this message on HydroCore Instagram, and you don't know who is behind the page sometimes, the face behind the page is the HydroCore. This guy say, hey, oh, this tool, this is cool. I tested this tool years ago with a guy. You know him? Who is managing this page? I said, oh, it's me. Who are you? So he sent me a picture of that day we went there because we took a picture. And then he got so involved. I mean, I don't know, because the impact I left to him. People believe sometimes they leave an impact on other people. That might happen all the time, but sometimes you don't know what kind of impact you can leave on other people. And then you say, oh, I'm opening a gym in Brisbane. I'm still a doctor, but I'm investing in a gym because I love functional training things. And I want to become distributor of HydroCore in Australia. I said, okay, let's do it. So now he's a distributor of HydroCore in Australia. And then after that, I came up with the idea of this donuts thing. I say, hey, David, I have this idea, this thing. What do you think? And say, okay, I put the money in. Don't worry. I'll cover all the expense, whatever it is. I love it. And so but there was just in my brain, right? There was nothing, And then I did a little thing on a piece of paper, and we contact, the manufacturer, in China, and I told them. It's very smart people there, so because they work with this stuff all the time, so they go behind of the technology of the blueprint of this kind of stuff. They're so good on this stuff. They just, you telling, they make it without just, I don't know what I have in the brain. They just figuring things out. So I told the guy, okay, so I send you a design like this, people, ugly paper. Can you make this? Even asking me what it was, he made it. And if there's any person that work with computer now listening, any person that already put a product out there listening, probably how hard and difficult it is to design a product. It can be simple as it look, but it's so complicated. There's so many measurement and parameter and material and this and that. But because of my experience with HydroCore, because I'm using the same type of material technology, like the valve is the same, the material is the same, but the only thing that's different is the hole in the middle. Man, send the design. The guy after 1 week, he make the product. I look at the picture and say, oh, look, but you don't have dimension. You just okay, you just okay. There's his hand holding. I don't know. He sent me over one. Was perfect the first. It's crazy. It's like an actor, like on the set, you're an actor, right? How hard it is like getting right the first time, right? There's like 30 takes, whatever. And it was perfect. I couldn't believe it. Okay, when I got it, I said, how's possible? This is like winning the lottery. This is like, someone to give you like 6 number and then the next day winning the lottery. Because this saved so much time and money. That's why we are able to develop this project so fast. Because usually, matter of fact, with HydroCore, I had to go with the 17 different prototypes. There's so much money, so much time. Yeah, it means 2 years almost of going back and forth. At this one, we got right at the first time, but there was not if you can see, there is a PVC cord in the middle.
Yeah.
So that makes it more resistant. So when you split in, it's split in and out very quick. And that's the only thing that I added after, just because I had problem to put it inside and get kind of stuck to get aside, but now just slide in and out very easy. So the only thing I added that thing at the end, and was ready to go. So we were able to cut off probably like 1.5 years of going back and forth with the prototype. And the funny thing is, I was testing, the first few months, the product to see if it's durable, if it works, if it's too big, whatever. There's always a space for, improvement and things like that. I don't need to do anything with this. I mean, it's perfect the way it is. And what happened, one day I had this, the 8X maze, that, right? The one adjustable thing. So I put the 8X maze in, and then I start screwing in, I start playing with that. Oh, it fits in a maze. It fits the 8X maze. That's why we opened this collaboration with Don Gianfardino, which is the inventor of the 8X. And, that's not that I'm a big maze guy. I didn't invent this for the maze, but it fits the maze. So all the community there, they already have an 8X. If you guys, you want to buy an 8X in the meantime, for when Hydra will be out, you love maze, this works so freaking good. It's perfect there. You move perfectly. You create a different dynamic on the maze that you didn't expect it. The tester, they already tested on the maze. They freaking love it. They say, man, this is insane. They bring the maze workout on another level. You make it like so much fun. It's like, going from just moving like, from here to there, and then you have the flow maze, right? But this is like, you're on just the basic movement. On the flow maze, you add more instability. I don't know if you use maze also for flow and things like that. It's so much fun in the flow because there's always this dynamic that you have to fight on, So, and again, because usually, the flow maze is not that heavy. This one creates that on the maze that usually is light for flowing, a little bit more like kick. You know what I'm saying? So you make it fun for that way. That's why the next one I will build a small one, kind of a little bit smaller, so it's more contained also for flow, because this one is good for big. I mean, it can go like already. I feel like 35 pounds. I know I have a 35-pound maze. Like it's very hard to move. And I put like 30 pounds of moving water. It's brutal. It's brutal, but it's still safe because it's soft. Even if you jam yourself, even if you go on the floor on your feet, nothing happens. So there is like make it more forgiven, the mistakes that usually can do at the beginning with a heavy maze. It's always like the intimidation. You're afraid, to jam yourself, right? So it'll be fun. It's fun. It's fun. It can be used by himself. So there is a auto workout. Actually, I did a test this morning, just using like just holding. You see, I didn't put any handle. The reason I didn't put any handle because everything we do in the gym usually have this type of grip. You have to grip. I mean, if you go in the gym, grip the kettlebell, grip the barbell, grip this, grip that. So this one, the only thing you have to do is just squeeze it and hold the entire time. So everything you're doing, you have to squeeze. So give it different kind of, engagement to your body. Right away, your lats are engaged. Right away, your core is engaged. Everything is engaged. Matter of fact, yesterday I was at a 24-hour fitness here in Los Altos here in the Bay Area. And I was just working out with this and I didn't know there were two basketball, athletes. They came to me and said, "Oh, this is so cool." And the first thing they loved it, the fact that they have to do this kind of resemble what I do all the time. So they have to do this all the time. So this is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm getting like constant feedback from also athletes, and it was good.
No, that's amazing. So let's chat about
the HydroCore and the latest updates on the HydroCore. On it, they just released an Onnit 6 program. So a 6-week program that incorporates
your tool that you invented.
So let's talk about just the development since we last talked in the last 2 years with the HydroCore. What has happened with that product, which you were just launching when we first connected?
Yeah, so I don't know if during the the pandemic, we kind of, sold a lot because people were looking tools online to buy, blah, blah. And unexpected, got this award from Mansell. It was crazy, a friend of mine just said, oh, look, you're Mansell, best tool 2020. I said, oh, this is great. That was amazing. So there was something very cool. And, the interesting thing about HydroCore, it happened very organically in the sense that, Onnit is very good at marketing and everything, but a lot of people just was using it because they like it, because, I probably don't have other chance. And they say, okay, let me try this thing, and they fell in love. We had Kate Hudson, actress using it. We had a lot of, Sylvester Stallone daughters using it. We had a lot of, I want to say personality, not that it matter, at the end of the day, it matter if the tool is effective, right? But, we didn't pay anyone to push the product in any way. They just used it and liked it. So there was the great things happening with the product that give a lot of, this advertisement, that usually how hard it is, to be on social media. Everything looks so fake nowadays, the product, oh, buy this because it's good for you, it looks so fake, but just happened. People like send me the kid has some video training, and another guy sent me this magazine, gossip magazine, Sylvester Stallone daughter, working out the things, I was not expecting that. So the Onnit 6 program is great because we needed, something from Onnit. Onnit was waiting to release that. With John, we spoke a lot about that, but was where they were not sure how the people would respond to this. So are different. The approach to HydroCore is different than the other tools or other programs that Onnit always did it. The story of Onnit, the story of the alpha male, the story of the badass workout, this trainers, moving things around, the crazy things. So it's kind of, when John Wolf, I was blessed enough to have him in my life, and then he said, "Oh, let's put this on it." I was not very sure about it, because when you see something in a different environment, it looks like a place, say, "I'm sure, this other people gonna respond," and then you say, what do you have to lose, right? That's always, I think everything comes to that sometimes. People don't risk. But the answer, the question at the end, say, what do you have to lose? Right? If you don't have to lose anything, why don't want to risk it? That's okay. Let's do it. And the response we had was amazing. And then everybody loved it. They started buying and buying and buying it. So then John told me, I went to Onnit last year. And then he said, oh, yeah, I think it's time to do the program because people are asking. I always put something out there. I did this during the pandemic. I did this program, this little app, because people was constantly asking. There were not really information because we had no opportunity to gather, to be in the gym and do education and things like that. I did a couple of workshops just recently. I went to New York. I went to other places. But, there was a need of a program for HydroCore. And, I went to see what the amazing job, Onnit always pull out the amazing program, And I went to Onnit there. They invited me over. They showed me the job they were doing. And then I believe it is going pretty well because the Onnit, probably you belong also to the Onnit community on Facebook. That's what they talk about it all the time. So it looks great, and I'm sure they want to do more. They want to do more, program, people asking for more, So, I'm very happy. And again, this is a very special day, you believe it or not, here in US, because it's Thanksgiving Day, right? Whatever the tradition of this day come from, is a day to be thankful for something. It doesn't matter if you go all in the roots of the history of this day, but is a day for be thankful for something. I'm very thankful to I had John, as a friend, and Onnit as a company. There's a lot of things that, I need to be thankful, because coming from another country, not barely speaking English when I came here, and I was so welcome, from the fitness community, even being a coach or any type of certification, sometimes it's the way you put up there and the way you connect to people, how nice you are to people. I always say, be nice, because nice things come back. I believe they help a lot. So, and that's what it is at the end of the day. This is the day you want to be thankful. This is the day you just tell to someone. Just call someone and tell them, I'm sure this thing will come up probably in a week or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But, if people are listening today, is like Thanksgiving. So, if you listen to this message, just want to be thankful, just say it. Sometimes we don't say things. And sometimes things need to be said. People like it. It's nice. You just call someone and tell how much you love or how much you're thankful for being in your life. This is very important.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. And such a good message for everyone listening along. The last thing I wanted to talk about is your Hydro Reach project. And so that is a huge vision you had last time, and it was just coming into fruition. And that's your bag that you're going to be using in third world countries to help people transport and filter water, which is so important.
That's something I'm so excited. I don't recall what exactly I told you last time, but what happened is I was trying, to put together a nonprofit organization, probably last time we spoke, and that thing kind of fall apart. Fall apart for so many reasons, because this is something that I believe will be big. It will help a lot of people, but sometimes people approach you. They have a lot of they do it because I don't know why, but when they see there is a gap, there is struggle, there is problem that need to be resolved, they are not willing to continue that path. They move for other direction, right? And they're scared. I don't know. They like to stay in the comfort zone. And I understand. I respect that. I understand. We are different. We're different people, different, right? But because really, I truly believe that the Hydro Reach project is something can help people. I believed back then, 2 years ago. I said, you know what? I want to keep going. I want to keep doing this. No matter what kind of problem coming out now, I want to keep doing this. Put together, I don't know if you're familiar with any nonprofit organization. If you never put together a nonprofit organization, it's so hard to all the process. It's just, man, it's crazy. And I say, okay, man, I'll see if I can do this. Then, the people that's supposed to help me, they move the other direction. I want to do this and to do more research. I didn't have the final product yet. Was good enough, but it was not mighty. I'm kind of, perfectionist on this kind of stuff. So I say, okay, the things we need is the filter. Remember, there's a filter attached to the bag, right? People don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, it's a version of a HydroCore, bigger, and there is a water filter attached at the top. The valve is different than HydroCore, so you can capacity to put more water faster inside. It's a big, like a water tank, cap. And what I created, also created 2 ports for water implants. So there's something that I added later on. So basically, when you walk, you have this port, and then you can release water. You can, water like a veggie or whatever, And then we perfect the material. We use very hardcore material. It's for instance, you're probably familiar with the camel backpack. There's this pouch inside. We use something that's 5 times stronger than that one because there's no protection. So what happened, I was looking for a company that make these filters. And I was searching online. I found this company called Business Connect. And I sent an email and say, hey, I need 3,000 of this filter. Because I was already in my brain, this was the number I want to make with my own resource, my own finance. I want to do this. And then I sent an email to these people. These people, Why you need 3,000? We maybe had like, someone asking so many filters. And then I told them, oh, I had this idea, blah, blah. I sent the picture of the project. After 3 seconds, really, they call me. They say, oh, we want to take over this project. We want to do it. Sometimes you say like things happen for a reason, right? I mean, I never got discouraged when something, let's say, I don't want to say really bad happened or some bad experience happened. I truly believe, okay, this was not the right time. There was not the right people. You know what I'm saying? I had to move in another direction. Someone want me to move in another direction. And that's what I'm going to do. That's why I embrace things, And those people, they were so excited that they say, okay, we want to take over this project. This company, Business Connect, is all over in the world, operating 23 different countries. They're very experienced on bringing water filter system, depuration system, building wells and pipes and things like that. So now this company, Business Connect, they already operate, like I say, in a 23 different country. And this is a nonprofit organization. So basically, they will distribute the product worldwide. I'm just like in the final stage of finalize the product, because I had one extra handle on the product, because obviously COVID didn't help, because they shut down the factory, and there were a low capacity, shortage of material, distribution chain. I mean, all problem that any company had to face during COVID. And the factory now is operating again. Next week, I'm going to have the final product, and possibly in a month or so, we're going to start already go production and everything. And the fun thing is that I was very naive in my idea of building a nonprofit organization. A nonprofit organization is not really nonprofit. I didn't know that. I mean, there's a lot of people that have to profit from that, and but it's not just that. Which I mean, at the end of the day, I was telling myself, it doesn't matter what's going to happen during this path, from here to here. The important thing, are we going there or not? Yes. So if the answer is okay, at the end of this, whatever is going to happen in between, we are capable, we're able to distribute this bag, to give this bag for free. I don't care whoever going to profit, what kind of profit is going to be between. I would see, okay, so if that's your answer, let's do it, So that was my thing. And also there is so many problems related to this country, I'm talking about third world country with a lot of problems, country with political view that different from other people, government, they always change every 3-4 months, year. I mean, it's so hard to go there. This company, Business Connect, logistically have a person in charge in every different country. They're able to resolve problem. There's a language barrier. I mean, imagine going to Tanzania. You don't speak any dialect there. You need someone there that speak and translate and tell you what to do. And there's always also, because the mistake we did in century of trying to change people's mind, colonize other country, there's always this I want to say kind of I'm saying, the white man coming, what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. Oh, what do you want now? What I'm saying? Well, okay, what do you want now? You already fucked up enough, right? And even if you want to bring good, there's always the white man coming, there's always this thing here, and yeah, there's a catch. Okay, you want to do this? Why? What are you going to take advantage of us now, right? And I mean, even if you want to do it in an honest way, and I understand. Trust me, I understand. Why there is this thing. No, we don't need anything. We don't need you, right? But we're going to do good. We're going to do great. I'm ready to bring this product all over in the world, my man. I mean, this one will be great. I want you to come on one of this trip to Africa, whatever we're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring some Nepal. Yeah, we're gonna do it, man. So what I had this idea the other day, because I was looking my Hydra, And so what I was thinking is this, because talking with a friend of mine in Tanzania that he will help us with the HydroReach project. And okay, we give an alternative to the bucket. You know, the way they transport is like put the bucket here, or they have like, you know, a thing, they put the bucket there, whatever, you know. So we kind of, you know, we're going to substitute this thing, you know, so it's more comfy and easy. But at the end of the day, I believe they will not get rid of the bucket on the head. So that's my thing. I mean, it's something that is eradicated in the culture. It's something that they're doing from years and years and years, century, right? It was like, you know, now it's the plastic bucket. Before it was like the terracotta thing, but they're still doing the things there. It's something they keep doing it. So I say, okay, if I make that one easier, so you know what I was thinking? If I remove, but just an idea now, I gotta test this. If I remove like the PVC pipe from the beginning, from the inside, you know, you can have this balancing on your head like this. What do you think?
Yeah,
This can be an idea, but I need
that
to
is a
test
great idea.
it. Yeah, I think it will be comfier. Will be more like, you know, can put the water in, doesn't spill out, you know, because the problem of the buckets is because it's open, can spill out, can happen anything, you know, drop water. But also the bucket can be used for other purposes, not just transporting the water, which is like, you know, some people told me it's nasty, it's disgusting, it break, you know, whatever. This one, because it's sealed, closed, you just the only thing you can put water. So at the end of the day, you can do this. I can do the same concept. You can put the filter there, can put anything. I mean, you can do, I mean, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how they're doing, like, you know, but I want to test it out and see if it works, because I can have this one as a complement of the HydroReach bag. And they can put this on the head, but also this can be stacked. So they can have those stacked all together, you know, in the house. Imagine like 5, 6 of those. It make it easy to stack all together. They have more reserve of water. But again, just an idea that came up to me yesterday. I say, oh, maybe I can test it out, this one, you know.
Yeah, it's beautiful how you have ideas and then you take action and you put them to test. You get things going. And I want to talk about that in a second, but I'm just curiosity. So we have the HydroReach, the HydroCore, and the Hydra. How do you keep them clean? Right. So for the HydroReach, it's going to be drinking water. But even just the HydroCore and the HydroReach, like how often should you be exiting the water? Like how can you keep the insides clean of these devices?
Okay. So yeah, I posted like, you know, last year a video to clean up. You know, there is a video on YouTube that you have to kind of, you know, operate, screw the entire system, you know, and then use just, you know, the thing that you clean in dishes or water bottle inside and clean up inside. This is the best way to do it, because you just put it in there. So this happens mostly if you keep the same amount of water all the time for months and months. Yeah. But if you constantly, like, you know, pouring out water, changing the level of the water, it's like an aquarium. So imagine like in a fish tank, right? Fish tank, if you keep the same water there, you don't give oxygen, just there, just get nasty. But if you add in water, you know, and then you're removing water, adding water, all those stay clean, like a river flow, right? You know, there is a movement is always clean. The pool, the same thing, because the move of the water is always clean, right? So that's the thing. That's why I say, hey, man, if you get nasty because you're not using it or because you're not adjusting or testing the water. So, but, you know, I have a video on YouTube on the HydroCore channel that they can check it out. There's explain everything how to unscrew the valve. Very simple, very easy to do it, no brain. You know, if you need it, I'll send it to you also. You just unscrew and clean it. One good thing is, like, you know, add inside, you know, if you're planning to keep the same amount of water for, you know, long time of period, you can add mouthwash, because the mouthwash is antibacterial, so you keep it clean. You can add vinegar. I don't suggest to add any bleach because it's disgusting, because you have to, you know, blow it, you know, it can go in your clothes and things like that. But the best, like a vinegar or mouthwash, is the best product. Also, the mouthwash, it comes in different colors, so it can give it like a nice color accent. You want to make it blue, you want to make it red, you know, whatever, things like that. Regarding the HydroReach bag, we're gonna have those pills because it's like you go water inside. There's like this charcoal, a very old school way to keep like a clean tank or things like that. It's like charcoal. You put it in. There's a lot of products now that can be even like ingested and nothing happen. But at the end of the day, the water filter will do an extra job because everything will come nasty. So you have to imagine the water they're going to put in the HydroReach bag is nasty. It's full of bacteria. It'll be like dirt water, black. So that one really will be exposed to a lot of bacteria inside and again nasty. So like this, we're gonna have this charcoal thing. They're gonna keep it clean. So they're gonna clean up the bag, constant. That's why we need to go with a team there and explain the maintenance of the bag, how to use it. I mean, it's not a big maintenance, but we need to interact with the local and explain how to use, what to do, how to fill, how to hang, how to clean up the filter. Is a process, better process than the bucket.
Beautiful. All right. So the last question I want to ask you about is about stepping outside your comfort zone. You have so much experience doing so with all these different projects you're creating. So talk to me about that. How have you been so easily been able to step out of your comfort zone, and what advice do you have for people having difficulty doing so?
You need to do that all the time. This is the only way for growth. The growth happen outside of the comfort zone. That's not in your environment. You need to do that all the time. You need to do. I mean, we do that probably all the time in fitness. The fitness is the easy environment to do that because you always want to grow. We're looking for growth. Like, I mean, if you do the same workout over and over, there's no growth, right? If you lift the same amount of weight over and over, there's no growth. So that's why I think fitness, working out is the perfect example how stepping out of your comfort zone, you have growth, muscular, you have a whatever type of growth you want it, That's why I always like to challenge myself, to confront myself with different people, different environments. I like to build a new challenge. I'm saying, like, human fit is a new challenge. I like to do that. I want to see how far I can go and then what we can do it. It's not easy, it's not simple. You gotta find a task to do that you never did it. Learn new things, talk to people that you never spoke, it's so easy, so simple. And there's so many things you can do to step out from, outside of your comfort zone. There's so many possibility. And, there is now because what happened last 2 years, the people were just like, locked, in an environment they were not familiar. There was also a challenge, man. There was a big challenge for a lot of people because they had no chance to spend time with the family member, stay with the family member for so long, so many hours a day. I saw fathers teaching kids how to ride a bike. The kid was almost 11 years old because they had no time to spend with them. And I believe that was not easy, So I think, I mean, I don't want anything like what happened in the last 2 years to happen again, and but I'm sure it will happen again. But there was a time for people kind of see inside themselves because they were pushed out. They were pushed outside of comfort zone. That happened. Each one of us on this planet was pushed outside of comfort zone.
And your advice, if one of the barriers to stepping outside that comfort zone, especially for an entrepreneur, is like the financial barrier. How do you navigate finances as an entrepreneur?
So that's the thing, I didn't invest any money from my pocket. I mean, they were like stupid money, like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, things like that. I was blessed enough to find people to believe in what I'm doing. And so that's another thing, That's why I say, it is interesting that after I developed HydroCore and the people see, the success of the product and things like that, they approached me. I had a lot of people, they approached me and they asked me for advice. I I mean, I didn't expect that I will be at some point in my life to give advice to people, but because of my experience, probably they saw something and say, "Man, I'm gonna ask this dude." I always been available, always. I always will be available if you guys want to reach me out, want advice, because I know the struggle, I know how hard it is, and when they approached me, they asked me questions and things like that. I say, "Man, again, what you have to risk? I mean, really." $2,000. Let's say you have to risk 2,000, 3,000, even $5,000 to bring something to life, a prototype. It can be cost between $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 just to bring to life that you can touch it. The idea from your brain, pull out piece of paper, 3D, something that you can touch it. What is gonna happen in your life? You still gonna have food on the table? Yeah. So why not? So do it, just do it. Some people, that would amaze me. You'll be amazed how many people don't do it because, I don't know, because they're scared to lose $2,000, because they're scared to change completely what they're doing. I mean, probably they're scared. Probably, what they're scared? Oh, what if it's going good? More than what is going wrong. Because if it's going good, they have to face the reality. They have to work fucking hard. More hard than what they're doing. They have to work fucking hard in an environment than what they're doing. As people thinking, okay, when you are independent, you're independent, so you can work whatever time and days you want it. Yeah, but I work like 24 hours a day. I'm not like going in the booth to work from 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? You start off at 5. My brain doesn't start off 5. My brain wake up in the middle of the night to go in my garage and thinking, fit to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the thing. And sometimes my wife said, "What are you doing awake?" It's like 3 a.m. I can't sleep because my brain's still working, going like 300 miles per hour, and I can not stop it. So that's the thing. Probably they're more afraid of what they're gonna happen if they succeed, because that's what it is. I mean, that's what I believe at the end of the day. But that's exciting, man. That's exciting. The unknown is exciting. It doesn't exciting when there's something unknown to you. I mean, I love it. I love it. Oh, what's gonna happen tomorrow? I don't know. It's so exciting, right?
Mindset. Beautiful, Maurizio. My final question for you is: over the last 2 years, what is the greatest aha that you've learned? The greatest realization that you've learned about yourself, life? The hero journey that you'd like to share with our listeners. So the best life lesson that most speaks with you right now.
Well, I mean, the thing that is, I love the fact that, is like a domino effect you create. And I didn't expect that, when I put out HydroCore out there, I thought, okay, that's it, right? You just think, okay, I mean, this is a lot to do already. That's it. And then I came up with Hydro Reach idea, and then I said, you can be better, and then in a different way, right? And then I came up with the Hydra and said, so there's more. And last night I came up with the idea, okay, like you can put Hydra on the head. It never ends. The aha moment, it never ends. I mean, probably the aha moment is you can do more, you can do better, and then get out from the idea that something can be used just for this purpose, right? You can use this tool for other things and benefit other people in a different way. I think the aha moment, it happens, all the time. It happens all the time. When you start getting like creative, there's always an aha moment. And I mean, sometimes, the aha moment is stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that doesn't mean that, it's really, oh, fuck, I'm going to change the world with this. Maybe not. Right. But it's a beautiful moment, even if it's something that sometimes we lose that childhood. I mean, I think the best is when I see my daughter and she have this crazy little idea. We're gonna do this, okay, we're gonna build a rocket and go to the moon. And what if the cats are talking? Things like that. The kids say, why not? Just thinking, just believe it for a second. That's beautiful, right? And when you hang out with kids, I don't know if you have opportunity to hang out with kids a lot. It's so beautiful because you make you remember, how you live in the box and then they get you outside from the box in a beautiful way, and then that's what makes creativity. That would make things beautiful and fun. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, again, the aha moment never ends.
Never end, and can keep on slipping outside that box.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to step outside the box and just play with your life, play with your idea, you know, and talk to people. The best way to have idea, talk to people. The best place to I mean, that's my place, you know. I like to go to Home Depot. To Home Depot and look around, you know, just say, fuck man, look at the people what fucking invent. I mean, it's a place where really, if you think about it, you walk through the aisle, you see a little object, say, what the fuck this guy thinking to make something like this? So small, so ridiculous, simple sometimes to make it, but it's gonna affect and make people's life so much easier. You know, it's just crazy. That's what amazing to me. A person that just like, you know, all of a sudden come up with this stupid little idea. I say, man, this is genius. I mean, how much time you're gonna save it? How much money you're gonna save it? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make, you know, everyday people life. I'm not talking like big engineering a bridge, have to put a bridge in place. No, we're talking about a little thing that you can do yourself in your house, but it makes people life easier. That's why I like to walk through aisles and look at this guy what he invented. It's crazy. It's amazing. You know, why he did that? I would like to really to connect and talk to these people, because it would be so much fun if each one have a story, has something to say, and say, oh, I came up with this because, you know, when I remember the movie Back to the Future, and then when he came up with the idea, the flux things, oh, because I was in the shower, I slept, I hit my head, and I came up with the idea. I remember when you say the doctor, it's the same thing, and the things happen like this because you are in the shower, it's like hit your head, and say, oh, look, you know what I'm saying?
Where do you think these ideas come from? Where do you think these ideas come from, and how can we cultivate more?
I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, you know, it comes from experience. Problem solving is the first thing, but you know, sometimes you don't think about solving the problem of other people. Try to think about solving your own problem, something that you need, that you want it. I mean, there's so many people out there. You have to think, oh, do you have around? I mean, you have a beautiful fireplace there. And maybe you say, man, fuck, I wish I could light this fireplace just with a remote control and things like that. You know, little problem solving. But say, man, there's an idea. Let me work on it. Maybe, I mean, it can be problem solving for a lot of people. And now that we have a fireplace with a remote control, right? You know, that's the thing. Don't search too far away. Don't look around you and the problem you want to solve for yourself. And then you will see there's a lot of people like you. They want to solve that problem, but they don't put the dedication, they don't put the focus, they don't put the energy, they don't put the work. And then you got to execute everything in the right way. That's what this is a process. But look around you and then try to solve things around you first. Not like, okay, people starving in Africa. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Maurizio. It's been a real pleasure reconnecting and just hearing all about the amazing updates and ideas you've been having and following and exploring. So for people wanting to connect with you, they can find you on Instagram at unconventional.republic. And from there, they can link to all your pages.
Absolutely.
They also can find you at hydrocore.world. And for your upcoming training retreat, humanfit.it, and that's going down in Vieste, Italy, May 2023. And here's putting it out there that I'll see you then.
Yeah, I want to see you there, brother, and that will be amazing. It'll be fun. So all the coaches that are interested, you know, the event, or just normal people. I have people that just want to come because they want to enjoy Italy. They have people that came to Maui Fit and now they want to come there. They say, man, I've never been to Italy. This is smart trainers. I can learn stuff. I can get fat eating pizza and pasta. So that's like, that's a perfect combo, right? Nobody going to judge you.
Beautiful. Well, like to close every conversation, we bring our fist in for digital fist bump. Boom. Welcome to the winner circle. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm wishing you all the wonder and excitement on your journey ahead. Thank you so much, Maurizio. We'll connect soon.
Thank you. Thank you.